So I'll be talking on how the design thinking is used in urban redevelopment. Generally, urban redevelopment either goes through top-down approach or bottom-down approach. As we can see, like top-down is, we already know the final goal, and as already sir discussed, is the final goal is that like we already have a final goal, and we'll break down into smaller chunks. So it's mostly used and controlled by only professional people. Since it's already the goal is determined, it consumes less time comparatively, and the government they feel that they have control and efficiency over it. While coming to the bottom-up approach, it's slightly it's opposite to the top-down approach. Here, like until now, it's like the communities either participate at the start or at the end, like or where the final design is already completed. Since it requires interactions with communities, it takes much more time than top-down approach. It generally contains 4 phases. One is assimilation, which means accumulation of information about the problem. And next is general study, like the study regarding the project and the problems and all. Development is the development of alternate solutions. Communication is the final stage where the solution is given to the client. So the design thinking is a part of bottom-up approach. These are like slightly different approaches by different people. The one first Owen, he categorized design into 2 elements. The one is discovery and finding, the first thing, that is identifying the problem and like going through insights in the problem. And the next is invention and making. And then since we got to know the problem, the next part is how to rectify it, how to solve the problem and all. The other person, Beckman and Berry, they broke the process of design thinking into 4 components. First is observation and understanding needs. That's the primary thing, as already mentioned, empathizing that all. And next is contextual framing or parsing through observed data. That it is required, parsing is required to identify the variables, identify which are parameters that can be used for designing and all. And since we already analyzed the data, which is variables which are needed to be incorporated, the third one is specifying finite set of principles which should be used. And last one is generating, selecting, prototyping and testing. These are the components given by Beckman and Berry. And then next is Brown. He says that the prototyping should be rapid, and he broke it into 3 categories. That's inspiration, ideation and implementation, as we already saw. And the last one is, as Sir already mentioned, at Stanford University, the D School, they offers this 5-step methodology. And coming to the application, we'll just see the case study of Srirangapatna. The town municipal corporation there wants to redevelop the slum area called Ranganatha Nagara, consisting 283 people and 75 households. So so we are interested in going through phases, each phase, and what is done in each phase of the using design thinking. The first phase is empathizing with the residents of slum. As we already saw that the empathizing is very important, since it's a large infrastructure project, like not large, but it's an infrastructure project. So they spent nearly 8 months to understand the needs of the people there, their shelter, what are the requirements they need, infrastructure requirements and all. They even partnered with local NGO in Srirangapatna. They conducted surveys to get the people's their occupation, statistical occupation, how much amount of income and all, how much access to basic services, that all or electricity, sanitation, all the facilities. They conducted surveys using those NGOs in the first phase. They even went to each household to ensure that ensure the people that what they are interested in doing, what they are doing, and they even gave some questions to the people regarding like each question, each household people were asked 3 questions, like what they want to preserve in their community, what they want to change in their community, and what they want to create extra in their community. They consulted these, like these 3 questions were asked in each, all the household people, and they came, like they gave so many answers, and they even spoke with, they separated, apart from all this, again they spoke, they categorized people into 4 zones, and like so many sessions with them to identify, and the people, they showed some interest in showing that what can be possible and what cannot be possible from the ideas also. And after this 8 months, since they got to know of all the, what are the basic needs and how it should be gone, how the planning should be done. So the next phase is ideation phase. So the data collected in empathizing phase, they used it for visualization. They thought, in order to meet all those needs, it's really difficult. So they thought some trade-offs should be done, such as if they want some water taps, they should they should give up on large widened roads. Like some trade-offs should be there. And after all these considerations, they came up with some potential solutions, considering all the residents' requirements. After this, the third stage is implementation. In this phase, the designs alternatives which they done in the previous ideation phase, they selected, prototyped and tested, like through interactions with people in the slum area. Like these were the 5 models, all the prototypes which can be used there in the area. They even used this BIM, building information modeling, to like all the prototype 3D models interact with 3D models, because in this it's easy to change the deliverables in the, and change the, like the people over there, they had sessions with people over there in order to see how the viewing of how the requirements they proposed, all that can be done in this, all are done with this. And all these models were evaluated by the people, like some specific groups from within the people itself. And after all this, the main thing is the design thinking effective here. We can say yes, since because the level of interaction increased like drastically from phase 1 to phase 3. Since because in the first phase people weren't interested much and used to come very late to all the sessions conducted, but later once the 3D visualizations were there and where people can sit and watch all the visualizations or models, people were much interested and used to come on time and used to interact much with, and they used to like inform them that this cannot be done, they want these changes and all by the community people itself. So we can say level of interaction increased, and due to many iterations and many scorings of the people given by the people, they recreated models that was widely accepted. And we can see here 2 models. The first model is done after design thinking and all, and that previous model 1 is without before doing design thinking. The highest score was given to the model 2, but like least score was highest score was given to model 1. Maybe that might be because of lack of belief in people that they actually might do the project, but the first model was given the highest score. Design thinking to urban design led to more appropriate design. So apart from all this, the community felt much more higher ownership in the project comparatively. So I think design thinking here in this case became effective. Thank you.
So I'm not, so your question is, as the number of iterations go on, the cost of design will increase. I'm not necessarily sure that that's the case, because essentially what we are saying is, we are saying, look, you're going to spend 6 months on design anyway, but instead of 6 months locking yourself in, just come back with these prototypes so the total man hours we expect people to spend on design will probably be a little bit larger, right, because of the amount of work that needs to be done. But the idea is that it's not order of magnitude larger necessarily, it's just that you're working smarter. And the second point is, therefore, you are actually saving costs later when after you've put concrete in the ground, there are changes that are made, because it's obviously easier to make changes on paper than to, so ideally the idea is that you should get a cost benefit advantage out of doing this, although I take your point that pure design costs are likely to be a little bit higher, I'm not quite convinced it's order of magnitude higher, but that's something to debate and discuss. You cannot really satisfy everybody, just like same the shopping cart, there might be somebody who would not have sort of particular combination of goods bought may not have fit into that shopping cart. So I don't think you can do this universal design, right, that becomes very, very difficult. But the two, so essentially I'll come to both you guys in a second, but essentially what's happened here, it's an example of doing this, doing design thinking in an infrastructure setting. Here it's housing, right. So essentially saying let's spend a lot of time with these people, understand what they want and then decide the community. There is a lot of interaction that people do with stakeholders, right, but very often that does not necessarily translate into design. Those are often two separate steps. Engineers do the design, NGOs do the stakeholder consultations to make sure that they get the right compensation and so on, right. But here we are saying take input from one, put it into the other and show them prototypes, and that becomes a little bit of a challenge in our industry, right, in our sort of world, because yeah, I can fabricate a shopping cart pretty quickly, but how do I fabricate a house, right, or more importantly, how do I fabricate a township, right, it's just not that easy, okay. And of course architects for a long period of time, you would have seen, they come up with these small scale models, etc., and those are good, but they don't quite give you the feel. But that's where things like all the digital technologies that are evolving, building information modeling, etc., start becoming useful. You can now build these three-dimensional models. You can actually now show them, you don't even have to show them on a small screen, you can project them at scale on a big screen. You can actually have people do walkthroughs, okay. There's this company called Trimble, and one of their offices is just outside IIT Madras, and they've come up with an interesting project, some of you have dabbled with, called HoloLens, right. Essentially they have a hard hat, they've got a camera fixed on it. It's sort of one of those augmented reality, virtual reality kind of technologies where this building that is being designed can be projected through those glasses, right. So you actually feel like you're standing in the middle of this building, although it's completely virtual, and you can start looking at the services, you can start looking at clearances, etc., and you can start making decisions. And it's very easy for me to alter things, right. I just have a model, I change a few things, I port it back onto your device. So with the power of augmented reality, virtual reality, building information modeling, etc., without pouring any concrete, we can actually start creating lifelike images and renditions of infrastructure that people can somewhat experience, give feedback, right. So one of the feedback that we got is people, talk to people, they tell you all kinds of things, but then when they see it, they say, look, street lights, right, are very important and you guys haven't given enough priority to it. We didn't give enough priority because that wasn't part of the initial data that came up, but now that it came up, right, it's a far more acceptable design. And here, to your point, the point is that it's not so much that everyone loved the design, right, but because it went through this kind of democratic process, right, and a lot of people's needs were met and people understood that this was representative of what people wanted, there was more ownership of the design, which is what you really want, right. You want people to sort of own the project so that they don't act against the project, right. And so design thinking sometimes not only helps you arrive at an optimal design solution, also helps you arrive at an optimal ownership sentiment that allows the project to take place. And this is probably worth that extra design cost that you might spend, right. Another example where this worked, not exactly this process because we weren't thinking of design thinking then, is many years ago when the tsunami hit the coast in late 2004, I came back to IIT in 2006. And one of the first things that our department was doing was helping rebuild some of those communities, right. So to the extent to which we could prototype, right, and I think might have been the first BIM model built in India or whatever, but I built a very small 3D BIM model and a 4D model of how this house would come up and showed it to some of those fishing communities there, inculcated a lot of ownership, right. So people saying, okay, now we sort of understand how this process works, what it looks like, can we have these kinds of changes made. So I think it's not only coming up with the optimal design, it's also inculcating that ownership, right, which is where design thinking is relevant. And as you can see, it can be applied to infrastructure, maybe not all kinds of infrastructure, but certainly certain kinds. So, okay, so you're talking, so that's always a trade-off, right. I have a fixed amount of funding based on which this is what I can do, right. But within those constraints, there are a number of potential design solutions. Right, in every potential design solution within a constraint, I'll have to give up on something, Okay, so either I have a really, I mean, I only have the money to buy 1,000 square feet apartment. So if I want to have a large hall, I have to give up on the kitchen and the bedroom, right? If I want to have a study and a bedroom, then I have to give up on whatever. So there are always things that you trade off on. Now the thing behind the design thinking process is possibly it will help you identify what the optimal trade-off for that customer would be. Right, rather than, so there will always be trade-offs, but what is the optimal trade-off is the question. And similarly, even if you release that constraint and you say, okay, you've got more money, you can do 2,000 square feet, 2,000 square feet is still a constraint, right? There are still, things, I could want a larger, home theater, right, within my apartment, and that might still not be possible. So there will always be constraints that you design under. What design thinking does, it tries to understand within those constraints, what's the best possible design that can that can meet your needs, right. So again, if you look at the shopping cart, one of the constraints was it can't cost more than the existing shopping cart, and the existing shopping carts, as you guys have seen, I'm sure you've been to supermarkets, are very simple. They must cost very little, right. So therefore my price point is still very low, yet I have to design more features, and therefore I can't design everything I want to design. So what are the things that I really need to design, then come out of that kind of a process. Okay, there are always constraints. Yeah, Arvind. So, and this is, I think Yamini was sort of making this point. So the point that Arvind is making is that, see, model, so one of these was which came out of the design thinking process was the top model. Then there was this other model that came out as number 2, which was actually the model that was built before the design thinking process. So in order to do this experiment, what we ended up doing was, without doing any design thinking, let's model, just the way a typical architect or engineer would do, let's keep that aside. Then let's go through the design thinking process and model, and so we can actually compare and see if the design thinking models are better than the non-design thinking one. So on the one hand, yes, one design thinking model was better, but the non-design thinking model did quite well, right, remarkably well in fact, and therefore that ask the question, are you wasting your time on this design thinking? Even the non-design thinking thing actually does well, and this is where we went and talked to people, and it's very difficult to sort of establish this, but the answers that we got were, we picked that model because it looks like the standard stuff that gets done, and therefore we believe that this will get done, right, whereas your models are certainly much better, but we don't believe that the government has the capability or the inclination to do all of this. We believe that they'll do that anyway, and therefore we are picking it because since we know that is going to be the outcome, we might as well pick it, rather than this is what we want. Okay, so if you so that seemed to be the psychological sentiment, that people actually liked the design thinking models better. They were far different from the non-design thinking one, but given the way these things happen, people were reconciled to the fact that, or seemed to be reconciled to the fact that this is what I will get. Okay, so that was the thing. So, okay, so great question. So Parthik says, look, Steve Jobs is a great designer, and he's gone on record saying people don't know what they want, right? So isn't he sort of the proponent of the anti-design thinking lobby, and because Apple has done so well, shouldn't we go in that direction? I'm actually going to argue that Steve Jobs was a big proponent of the design thinking philosophy, right? And so let me just show you one set of slides, and then, okay, I'll show you the exercise I wanted us to do. You guys can do it with friends if you like. Okay, so anyway, let's come back to the Steve Jobs question. Okay, so the exercise that we were going to do, and I'll use this to answer the question, I wanted you guys to design, pair up and design something for each other, right? So very often in this kind of a class, we do small things, we do like wallets and purses and whatever, and this would have been the exercise, right? You would have been in pairs, one of you would have been A, one of you would have been B, and I'd have B interview A for 5 minutes, A interviews B, A interviews B for 5 minutes, B interviews A for 5 minutes, then I let you have another round of interviews, and again you guys can try it out in the hostel if you like, if you're interested to see how it works. So a couple of rounds of interviews, and then you basically synthesize what you've heard and you write a problem statement based on which you come up with a few solutions, because remember you need to prototype, right? So it's not just one. You present those solutions, and then those solutions can be of any sort, right? And so in the past, people have written, people have drawn, people have torn out pieces of paper and folded them in interesting ways and shown, right? So you can sort of be as creative as possible with whatever materials you have. Feedback is given, and then you sort of, like in the shopping cart example, put things together into one solution. A little bit more feedback is given, and hopefully finally you're left with something that you like and you own, etc. As you can see, it takes about 40 minutes to do so, and we have less than 4 minutes. But the reason this answers Parthiv's question is, when you go back right to the beginning and say, look, I need to figure out what A wants, right, or what B wants. The most direct way of doing it is to go and ask them, okay. But very often, exactly as Steve Jobs says, people don't know what they want, right? So while in a classroom exercise, I don't have any other option but to give you guys 5 minutes to talk to others. In a real world scenario, if you were designing a wallet for somebody, you actually wouldn't ask them very much, right? You would actually follow them around, right, and try to understand what their requirements are, because I completely agree that you cannot articulate, right? But that doesn't mean that Steve Jobs said, I know exactly what people want, right? He and his team did a lot of studying and understanding in terms of how people behave, right? So I'll give you simple examples, right? So you come and sort of follow me around for a day and you find that I travel quite a bit, right? You also find that I travel on bus quite a bit, right? Because I have many meetings all over and I tend to take the bus, etc. Now that gives you a little bit of a clue on what kind of a wallet you might need to design for me. For instance, if, first of all, or purse or whatever it is. If I travel a lot, it's likely that I'm going to have to carry a lot, right? Because I'm not sort of in one place where I have storage space, okay? So that gives you an idea. If I'm going on, a bus or whatever, and if I'm going to be sitting in a seat with a huge fat wallet full of material, it's going to be uncomfortable, right? So now you start thinking of potential solutions. What are the solutions? There are many. Maybe it's a belt pouch. Maybe there are many other solutions. But because you understand how I behave, you start coming up with ideas. If you asked me what kind of wallet would you like, I don't know, right? I never thought of, I didn't want a wallet, right? If I wanted one, I just go and figure out the nicest one in the shop. I haven't really thought about it. So if you ask me, what kind of house would you like? What kind of wallet would you like? What kind of computer would you like? What kind of bridge would you like? We don't know, right? So you don't follow the direct approach. The approach you follow is essentially what I was talking about here, which is ethnography, right? So this word, right? So this word here, which is you study people. And this is exactly what I believe Steve Jobs was a master at, right? That without necessarily just taking input from people, he had a very good pulse of what people liked, and that has defined Apple for decades, right? They really understood what made, customers happy, and therefore all of their products, whether it's the iPhone or the iPad or the iMac or whatever, the mouse, right? Even the first graphical user interface, because they were the first ones to come out with the graphical user interface in terms of the operating system, etc., right? Was because they sort of understood something about the consumer before other people understood, without asking people what kind of operating system would you like in 1970, right, or whenever, when people didn't even know what operating system, what computer, right? Some people knew about punch cards. So you can't ask people about things that they don't necessarily know, right? So I think that answers the question on, it's not so easy to empathize, to do an ethnography, and a lot of it is not just tell me what your requirements are. A lot of it is following people around, understanding. That's why people went to the store. I mean, everyone goes to a store. I don't need to go to a store to interview shoppers, right? I can just interview people in the next building because everyone shops, right? Why do I need to go to the store? I need to go there to observe, right? I need to observe what people are doing, right? Where are they getting stuck, right? What kinds are they, sort of food are they buying, right? And therefore you come with categories of shoppers, right? Shoppers with children, shoppers with, the professional shoppers as they call them. Right, etc., which you could never get by asking people. Can you imagine asking somebody, what are the categories of shoppers that you find when you go to the store? I don't know. All I do when I go to the store is I ask the fellow where the milk is or where the bread is or whatever it is I'm going to buy. Okay, so yeah, so just because Steve Jobs said that doesn't mean he's anti-design thinking. My view is he's pro-design thinking because he really gets it. Right, he gets it. You've got to empathize by observing people, and of course he had also some insights, right? So he had intuition that not everyone might have. So it's not that he spent time going around, right? An interesting thought, and I leave you at this because I think we are more or less out of time. I say this sometimes when I give talks on entrepreneurship. What do you think CEOs in Silicon Valley, not all of them, but some amount of them, are doing over the weekends? Parthic I think knows this, right? If you don't, that means you've not listened to enough of my entrepreneurship talks. Okay, what do you think people are doing over weekends? CEOs of startup companies in Silicon Valley, so there's a big group of them. Observing people, how? Right, that's the answer, but there's sort of a mechanism in between. Right? So when I was there a couple of years ago talking to people, and I don't have statistical data to back any of this, right? But a good number of CEOs in Silicon Valley, right, on weekends are driving Uber. Right? Why are they driving Uber? Right, okay, maybe they make a little bit of money. I mean, I once met a relatively rich guy who Ubered me because he said this is my golf money, right? So maybe there are a few of those, but primarily it's because they get to meet customers, right? And they get to talk to customers. Of course, they're not going to ask them, hey, I have this kind of a website, right? Would you right, to come on it, right, because then that's probably guaranteed to give you a 3-star rating or a 2-star rating or whatever, right. But obviously they're there to understand the pulse of customers. You will have all kinds of customers, right. You will have businessmen, you will have athletes, you will have you know, I don't know, stay-at-home parents, whatever, and you actually start talking to them and figuring out what works, what doesn't, which you can probably add on to your product, particularly if it's a consumer-facing product, if it's an app, a website, or you know, some kind of consumer good, etc. Right. So a lot of it is not about just asking questions. A lot of it is about observing, right? And being an Uber driver, for instance, of course, in India it's difficult because, I mean, various reasons it's difficult for us even if we wanted to become an Uber driver. But yeah, I mean, in the US, think about it, right? CEOs driving Uber exactly because they sort of buy into this kind of the need for ethnography without design. They're not sort of saying, we know exactly what you guys want, right? All I need to do is harness the power of machine learning, artificial intelligence, natural language processing, or whatever the buzzwords are today, and come up with a product that will solve all your problems. It's exactly the opposite. Okay. So design thinking to me is, it has nothing, it's not exclusive for infrastructure, right? In fact, I think it's something that, you know, I guess if you are involved in Sarang Shastra, CA Fest, whatever it is, I think you should think about using design thinking approaches, right, for all of this. Right, but I think it is also particularly important in the case of infrastructure because you can actually use this as a way to engage with stakeholders, you know, get them to feel comfortable about the process, possibly come up with a good design, but also reduce resistance that you might face going forward. And that may be a way in which we can design projects that don't meet the fate of a Bujagali or I mean, just think about how life might have turned out differently if Enron had used a design thinking approach for the Dabhol power project. Right? What might have happened